Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Wade Foster Show. In today's episode, we are going to be discussing how you start your day, how high performers start their day, how to start your day in the right way for you. Because there's a lot of stuff on morning routines. There's pro morning routines. There's anti morning routines. Depending who you listen to, depends on which avenue you take. So today we're going to be going from obviously my perspective, but my perspective of running and owning a company and coaching thousands of men, 35 plus, 40, 50, 60, 70, and bringing out the common denominators of what a successful morning looks like for our most successful clients to start your day in the right way. However, one thing I want to start today's episode with is goals. We are 6 months through 2026. I want you to sit for a minute and think about your New Year's goals, your New Year's resolutions. Have you hit them? Have you fallen off the wagon? Have you hit them and set more? Are you nowhere near? Are you further back than when you started at the start of 2026? And the reason being is I've actually achieved mine. I've got back in pretty much the best shape of my adult life post my fitness model kind of days, and I've maintained it. I kind of got back into my best shape. I kind of hit it at, say, May time, and I've maintained it now in July. So I've not only hit the weight, I've now maintained it for kind of 2 months. So super happy with that. Exactly what I wanted to do. Business has been good. Other goals I've set have been good. So like I've hit it, and now I'm looking at what's next for the rest of the year. But for those of you who either have hit it, haven't hit, or fallen off the wagon, right? I like to think of things as sports. I'm a big sports fan. You got 4 quarters, you got 2 halves, etc. We're halfway through the year. If this year hasn't gone the way you hoped, the year's not gone. You've got 6 months to go. You can be the best version of you come December, but it takes action, not just wishing, waiting, wanting something to happen. It takes action. It takes decision making. It takes you to kind of pull up your sleeves and go, I'm going to fucking do this, right? So if you are in a place where you want help, you want coaching, you want guidance, you want to turn 2026 around, you want to get in great shape, you want to improve your sleep, you want to improve your stress levels, you want to have a better work-life balance, you want to all round get a team behind you to help you live and lead a healthier lifestyle, then we are opening up slots in our executive coaching program. There will be a link in the description for a call one-on-one with me, not my team, to go through where you currently are in life, what happened so far this year, and what you're looking to achieve between now and December. And we can see if we are the right fit and the right coaching program to help you get there. So if you are in a state where you're listening to this podcast, you're like, fuck, I can't let another year go by, like another full year go by and I'm still the same. Take action. Book a call. It's a no obligations call. You don't have to sign up, but it's worth having a conversation to see if we can help you get there. So that link is in the bio. It is a one-on-one call with me. So please, if you are interested or do want to hear more about the program, more about how we can help, please click that link and book in. Now, on to the podcast. So imagine this. It's Sunday night. You tell yourself, tomorrow's going to be different. I'm getting back on track. I'm going to train before work. I'm going to take my lunch. I'm going to eat properly. I'm finally going to prioritize myself. And then the alarm goes off. You hit snooze. You hit snooze again. You check your emails. You have a fire happening at work already. A meeting gets moved. The kids need something. You grab a coffee and a pastry. You rush out the door. And by 9 a.m., you've already abandoned every promise you made to yourself the night before. Does that sound familiar? Has that happened to you? Maybe one too many times? When we look at morning routines, it's less about productivity and more about identity. I truly believe every morning you're casting a vote on who you're going to be. Am I someone who keeps promises to myself, or am I someone who keeps letting myself down? It starts with how you start your day, because so many people prioritize health tomorrow. They talk about Monday reset, next month, after summer, in January, after the holidays, when work comes down. There's always something. There's always something. Health always starts tomorrow. Why is that? Why does health always start tomorrow? Why are you always pushing off to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to tomorrow, to after the 4th of July, after Labor Day, after Thanksgiving, after Christmas, after New Year? Well, then work's crazy and this and that. Health always starts tomorrow. And I don't believe it's because you're lazy. I don't. I chat to 8 men a day about health, on average, 8 men a day about their health. I don't inherently think it's because we're lazy. I don't think it's because we're weak. I think it's the environment that has been created wins. One of the worst culprits is the mobile phone, the current telephone, iPhone, Android, whatever you use. One of the biggest culprits for people saying they'll start tomorrow, because some of the smartest people in the world aren't at NASA, right? They're not now trying to get to the moon. They're not now trying to save world hunger. They're not now trying to say, they're trying to keep you on their phone, right? They're trying to keep you on apps. They're trying to keep you on social media. The smartest people in the world are working for Facebook, Amazon, AI, social media, apps to keep you addicted to your phone, let alone work, right? I've not even got on work emails, work priorities, and you're not failing because you're unmotivated. I truly don't believe you're failing because you're unmotivated. You're failing because you're reactive. And that is one of the biggest issues when it comes to health, high performance, starting tomorrow, is a reactive versus a proactive mindset. And I get it. I get it. I have been reactive, right? I run a company. I have been business partners with someone else who I had to be very reactive to. And I understand that environment. I've also run a company from Instagram before, where Instagram was my life for about 7 years, on it nearly all day, every day, posting, commenting, replying to DMs. It's like, I know all these barriers, and I chat to men who have all these barriers, let alone then throwing kids into the mix and work stress and decision fatigue. So we really, really want to hone in on proactive versus reactive mindset. So reactive mindset is when you obviously react to stimulus around you, right? You open up your phone and you open up Instagram or the news. You are now reacting to whatever you read, be it positive, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to be negative. It's going to be a negative situation. So we're in a reactive state. We're letting other things dictate our moods. You wake up and you open up your work email. Fuck, this meeting moves. Fuck this. Like, your first thoughts are so negative, right? And that just sets the tone for the rest of the day. Whereas a proactive mindset is doing stuff doing stuff you want to do. Now, that can be health related, it can be family related. Doesn't really matter what but you're choosing to do it rather than reacting to someone else's article, post, email, etc. So we really, really want to be diving into how to help you have a proactive mindset rather than a reactive mindset. And this helps with, I like thinking of a domino theory, right? So, when you stack up loads of dominoes and you push the first one and the rest of the dominoes fall, the first decision you creates the second one, right? So the first decision you have creates the second one. So let's say you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you pick up your phone and you check email. Then you're now not getting out of bed because you're answering emails in bed. So you then haven't got time to go outside and get sunlight. You haven't got fresh air in. You're then rushing in the morning. You don't get time for a walk. You have to pick up a crappy coffee and a pastry or something quick for breakfast. You're then having a crash around lunch. You're getting cravings coming in instead of a bad lunch because you feel like you need sugars and stuff. You've then completely cocked up your routine, so you don't have time for the gym. So you skip the gym. You've had a shit day, so you want couple of glasses of wine with dinner. You stay up too late because you're watching a movie, drinking wine, and then you get a shit night's sleep. You wake up, you're not feeling refreshed, so you grab your phone, you go on Instagram, and the day spirals, and it's dominoes, and it's dominoes, and it's dominoes, and it's dominoes. I always say health is a feedback loop. It's either positive or negative, right? You wake up, you don't press snooze, you get out of bed, you don't pick up your phone. You go to the toilet, clean your teeth, have 30 ounces of water, and get outside. That's not a long morning routine. That's a very, very short morning routine, right? Versus wake up, grab phone, check work, check email, back to work, back to this, back to that. Like, what type of life do you want to lead? Do you want to lead one where you are proactively choosing the things that you want to do? Or do you want to lead the one where you're reacting to life around you? You are letting life happen to you rather than you happen to life. Start your day by ticking off positive dominoes rather than negative dominoes. Now, this is going to be different for every single one of you listening because you all have different lives, right? Some have kids, some don't have kids. Some will have kids at home, young, old, like older kids, etc. All have different lives. Some of you have longer commutes. Some of you work from home. You'll have flights some days. You won't have flights some days. Single, married, etc. There is no concrete morning routine. There's no concrete time, but you have to proactively choose what you want to do. Okay, proactively choose how you start your day. There's a business guru who I follow called Alex Hormozi, whose morning routine is, so he owns his company, right? His morning routine is he wakes up and he goes straight to work. Doesn't check his phone, but goes straight to his laptop to start his biggest task of the day straight away in the morning, first thing. because he wants to help his company grow. But he proactively chooses that. He then breaks for 2-hour gym session at 10 because that is still a priority of his, right? For training. So he's proactively choosing certain things. Right, I'm going to wake up and work, but I'm then going to work out at 10 because he owns his company. He can kind of delegate that. He can kind of manage those times. If you don't own your company and you are working for a company, you need to then move that around. Maybe you can't stop your day at 10 a.m. to go to the gym. So you then have to make sure you go to the gym in the morning, which then means you can't start work straight away, etc. Right? But you have to proactively look at your day and proactively plan what you want to do. I would be shocked if any of you listening go, you know what I want to do when I wake up is check email. I think that could be a part of a morning routine towards the end. But if the first thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning is I want to check my work email, we have a problem, I believe. And I always stand by, if you die, you will be replaced at work the next day. But you can't be replaced everywhere else in life, with kids, with friends, with family, right? So yes, I get prioritizing work, prioritizing financial freedom, etc. But what if you start half an hour later? You know what? The world doesn't end. What if you're more productive during your workday because you had a good morning routine? I want you all, if I ever speak to any of you, if your clients listening or potential like people listening, if I ever speak to you, all I always say is I'm living my life. I'm living the life I want to live. I do the things I want to do. I enjoy the company I work for. I enjoy the work I do. I make good money, but also, or not all I do is work. I enjoy my morning routine. I enjoy my evening routine. I enjoy my weekends. I enjoy my family. Like, all I want you to do is be choosing a life you want to live. Be proactive, because nobody knows what happens once our time's up. Nobody knows, right? People listening will be of different religions, will have different beliefs about what happens when we die, but no one freaking knows. No one knows. So if you aren't creating a life that you want to live, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it starts with the morning. It starts with the first domino you choose. And one of my favorite books, Admiral William, I can't remember his full name. It's basically like Make Your Bed is the book. It's a short book by an admiral in the Navy. And basically it was kind of like the first thing he did every day was make his bed. Why? Because he did something successful first thing, which was looking after his environment. He woke up and he made his bed. Successful task done, right? Take the day off with a win. Start your day with a win. I've made my bed. But also when you come back to a bed made, it's great. Like you go, bed's made, looks comfy, looks this, looks that, right? Now, I actually like that mantra, right? You go to someone like Alex Hormozy, who's like, he's made 100 million without making his bed in the morning and stuff, right? But I like starting the day off with a win. So let's dive into a few rules that I think people should follow when it comes to morning routines. Now, how long you do these things for and how you manipulate them is up to you. You have a think and think about what fits my day, right? I believe one of the biggest issues with the health industry is you have to do this. You don't have to do anything, guys. Everything works when it comes to health. We've got to find the right things for you. However, a few executive morning frameworks that I see getting the biggest ROI and from my clients. And what I mean by ROI isn't just their feeling. It's also the feedback you get from, fuck me, I didn't realize how good I could feel. Like that, like when you told me to do that, I was skeptical, I was this, I was that. And then, oh my God, how I feel from not doing that is the best. So the first one, do not touch your phone. Do not touch your phone. Now, I would love it to be 30 minutes. I think that's a really nice time. However, if it's just 5 to begin with, give me 5. Give yourself 5 and slowly try and build. I urge all of you, get an alarm clock of some description. Okay. If you don't want an alarm clock, I highly recommend everyone buys a Casio watch for like 10, 20 bucks that has a vibrating alarm on it, right? So you set an alarm and then it vibrates to wake you up. Why I like that, so that's what I have. Why I like that. There are 2 ways to naturally wake up and 1 way to unnaturally wake up. The 2 ways to naturally wake up is either by sunlight that will naturally take you out of a sleep and you'll wake up feeling refreshed. The other is by vibration that will naturally wake you up, making you feel refreshed. If you wake up via noise, which 99.99999% of alarm clocks are, it's a sound, that can take you out of deep sleep instantly, which means you are not waking up feeling refreshed and re-energized. You are in a deep slumber and you're like, oh my God. And you're waking up in fight or flight mode, not refreshed. So if you're going to get an alarm clock, I highly recommend you either get a watch that vibrates or like an alarm clock that wakes you up by like sunlight that kind of like comes from like a red to a light glow. If you do just have a noisy one, it's fine. Like it's not the end of the world. It's honestly not really gonna kill you in any which way. If you're just being optimal, you'd get one of the other 2. Then that means you're not using your phone as your alarm clock, which then means don't have to pick your phone up first thing. Highly recommend no phone in the bedroom, right? Phone should be somewhere else, and then you get it once you've done your morning routine. Be your morning routine is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be. So number one, do not touch your phone for a period of time in the morning between 5 and 30 minutes. Fantastic rule, so freeing. You actually choose to do things you want to do. Number two, get outside, weather permitting. Okay, by weather permitting, rain and snow, I'd kind of let you off. Every other weather permitting, you get outside. Morning sunlight is like pressing the reset button on your body clock. Just 5 to 10 minutes outside after waking helps your brain know it's daytime. It boosts alertiveness and focus and sets you up to produce melatonin about 12 to 16 hours after waking. It's about 16 hours after waking. So that means if you wake up, right, and you get outside, in 16 hours, your body's going to start really producing melatonin, which means you'll then be tired at the right time to then get a good night's sleep the next night. Whereas if you wake up, you go to a dark office or whatever, you sit around your house, you don't get outside for like a couple of hours, your body then goes, fuck, it's daytime now. And now it's not sending melatonin until bloody 2, 3 a.m. because you got outside too long. So we want to make sure no phone. Rule 2, get outside. 5, 10 minutes, get outside. Obviously longer the better, but 5, 10 minutes, get outside. Rule 3, big one, hydrate. Ideally, you're looking to take down 20 to 30 ounces of water as soon as you wake up. After 7 to 8 hours of sleeping without drinking, your body has gone through the longest period of the day without fluids. So you wake up in a dehydrated state. It's generally and a reason why we sometimes feel quite good in them. We're like, oh God, I feel lean, I feel good, I feel that. Because we're in a dehydrated state. If you ever done bodybuilding shows, they dehydrate themselves to dry their skin out and stuff like that. If you ever looked in that type of stuff, or fighters dehydrate themselves to hit weight loss. So when you wake up in the morning, we are very, very dehydrated. Simply drinking water when you wake up helps replace that overnight fluid loss, rehydrate the body, and start supporting optimal brain and body function. Research has shown that even mild dehydration, which generally is how we're waking up, as little as 1 to 2%, can reduce concentration, alertiveness, and all aspects of cognitive performance, let alone physical performance. So wake up, don't touch your phone, get outside, get 20 to 30 ounces of water in you straight away. Rule number 4, move. Just move. Don't really care what movement it is, just move for a period of the morning. Movement could be stretching, could be walking, could be working out, could be playing, playing a sport, playing with kids, whatever it may be. Move the body, right? I have a dog, so I get a dog walk in first thing in the morning, straight away. So I wake up, I go to the toilet, I weigh in, I drink water, I walk my dog. That's my morning routine. It's that simple. There's no phone, there's no stress. Everything I want to do, I'm getting outside, I'm getting steps in, I'm getting fresh air in, etc. I do generally then 10 minutes into my walk, will open up my phone and I'll actually put a podcast on. But I try and make the first 10 minutes of my walk just me, nature, the dog, breathing, etc. Like that's my morning routine. Now, if you are someone who you have to get a workout in straight away because every time, do that. If you want to stretch and you feel you need to stretch your body, do that. If you've got young kids and you need to play and be a dad in the morning, do that. That's as simple as it needs to be. They're the things that I recommend doing in the morning. How you structure them, how long they are, how they fit your lifestyle, that's absolutely fine. And they can vary. If you're traveling, right, and you've got a conference at a certain point in the morning, cool. How can I make this quick? Like, okay. Get up, get outside, quick drink of water, 10 minutes around the hotel. That could be 10 minutes, it doesn't have to be an hour, but you want to try and keep those 4 things as a rule for your morning. I want to reiterate, this isn't really about, it's important because it's your mindset, your identity. You can control your morning. Generally, when we step into a work day, you cannot control it. You're at the mercy of other people. Other people own your calendar. Could be clients, your boss, your team, employees, inbox, children, family, friends. Other people own your calendar once the workday starts. So cherish the morning. What is your identity? What type of man are you? Are you a proactive? I run my life. I start my day in control so I can be better for everyone else. Or are you reactive? I'm starting my day on the back foot. Sport analogies. You want to be proactive. You want to be Jordan, right? You want to be Kobe. Give me the ball, because I know what I'm doing. I'm proactive. I'm not reacting to fucking a Jordan coming at me or whatever it may be, right? I'm proactive. That's how we win the morning. So the goal of this podcast isn't to become someone who has a perfect morning routine. It's not the goal. It's to become someone who keeps promises to themselves, because that's what most successful men lose first. It's not your fitness. It's trust in themselves. And once you've broken enough promises, you stop believing you're capable of changing. Good news is trust is rebuilt the same way it's lost. One promise, one morning at a time, building blocks, building blocks, building blocks. So I'm going to challenge you all. Tomorrow morning, I don't need to completely change your life. I just want you to win the first hour of your day. Then do it again. Then do it again. Stop thinking I need a better morning routine. Start thinking I need to stick to promises to myself. Most people think a morning routine is about being more productive, doing more. What more can I take on? I think it's about proving to yourself every single day that you deserve a place in your life before the rest of the world starts making demands of it. Catch you on the next one. Peace.